The following story has been brought to you by StoriesToInspire.org.
I finish with something that changed my perception. And it happened yesterday in the afternoon in the lobby as I was trying to escape for the 40th time. And a young man came over to me, my dear friend Rabbi, and he said, "A kleine Maisa." And when people tell me I'm going to tell you a kleine Maisa, I get triggered, I have to say. Talk about trauma. Because every Jew I meet, it could be in 7-Eleven, could be in the mikveh, could be in the middle of Shachris, I have a kleine Maisa. And you're going to use it, of course. Reb Shia tells me, just 2 weeks ago, he went to Uman. He goes into the tzion of Reb Nachman Breslover, and there's a young man there, looks like a 19-year-old kid. Langepayes, two beautiful gekreiselte. Wie sagt man gekreiselte? Gekraselte payes. You know those one you got to work hard on with those. You know those chevre, yeah? Beautiful. It's beautiful. So it's a geschmack. Hadras tzelem alekim. He has long, beautiful payes that come down. And this person is davening, saying Tehillim. In the back of his head, he has a long ponytail. You ever saw that? That's a first. He's like, what type of split personality have I just encountered? They say the definition of chutzpah is you come to the therapist because you have a split personality and you want a group discount. He says, what type of split personality do I have here? Long payas, really long ones. And then a huge ponytail. And the color of his hair is unique. It's like semi-gingy, but like those unique colors, not regular colors. So, Reb Shia tells me, I'm curious. Shalom Aleichem. Aleichem Shalom. What brings you here? I came to Uman to daven. May I am bossa. Lo'anata oilech. Lifnei mi atosa l'din v'cheshben. Nothing special. I'm just here in Oman. He says, Rabbi, I knew not to let it go. This is good. There's potential here. There's juice. But I've kvetchen a bissel. I'm like, where are you from? He says, what do you want to know? I want to know your story. He says, you don't want to know my story. I want to know your story. He says, well, I have a unique story, even relative to all the other stories. I had a baba who took me in. A grandmother, she raised me. I couldn't sit in school. All I wanted to do was ride on a scooter. And then the electric scooters came out. I begged my baba and she said, sure. She bought me an electric scooter. I would wake up vasikin, get on the scooter. I came back after Tzeisak Echavim. This was my life. Athletic kid, go on the scooter all day, check out the world. Did not go to yeshiva for a single year. Age 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12. Never saw his parents. Raised by his grandmother, who bought him every new scooter that came out. His life became scooters. And grandmother nurtured me and fed me and loved me and embraced me. I said, I can't go to school. I can't sit there. I became a teenager. I was not involved in Yiddishkeit at all, even though I grew up in Muncie with from grandparents. And I decided it's time to make money. And I opened up a scooter business online, selling scooters. Today I have 4 employees, 18 years old, work for me full time, making a lot of money. And I still love scooting around. He's like, wow, and you're here, and you have payas. He says, yeah, I'm in Uman. I'm davening to the Rabbi Shalom. I need a heal. I have a lot of pain. But I'm here. I want to be able to forgive. I want to be able to live a beautiful life. I look at him, Shia tells me, and I say, one more question. What's pshat in the ponytail? Memanavshich. Yeah. Right? You learned Yuma. Ob sie da a Ponytail, was ist der Ingen in der Payas? Und ob sie da der Payas, was ist der Ingen in der Ponytail? It's a man's question. Like, what's pshat in the ponytail? He's like, leave it alone. I'm just trying to understand. You have such beautiful payas. It means you're not trying to hide, you're not embarrassed with payas. What's pshat? What is this doing for you? Friends, open your hearts so you'll understand who your children are. Open your hearts. He says, a little while ago, I wanted more meaning in my life. So I became a volunteer for Chai Lifeline. I became a volunteer for Mekimi. And all day I visit cancer patients. 6 months ago, I visited a girl who lost all her hair. The problem is, most of her hair, her color is so unique, they couldn't find a wig. But as I looked at her remaining strands, I said, this is my color. This is my semi-gingy color. I have another 2 weeks to complete the ponytail that will allow her to have a wig, to be able to protect her dignity. But I knew how much pain this is going to cause my father and mother to see their kid in Muncie with a ponytail, even though he has payas. So I have been in Uman for 6 months. Not to cause them shame or pain. I've been living here. My 4 guys are running my business. I daven. I learn. I talk to Hashem. I have 2 more weeks. I cut it off. I give it to the girl. And I come home. Reb Shia looks at me with tears, and he says, Rabbi YY, I went in a judgmental person. What is this para Adam up to? What new craziness out there? This is the new fashion. Used to be a ponytail. Now we have payas with a ponytail. Maybe we'll have like a shtreimel with nose rings. You know what's next? We're trying to be mechaber, everything together, at Achtos. I come in, I'm like, what's this wacky trauma going on, right? He said, I'm a little educated in the parsha, in the sugya, so I'm not judgmental, but I'm like, I walked out feeling internal remorse and shame from my instinct of judgmentalism. For the fact that I didn't realize, habeit mishamayim ure'eh, I didn't have the eyes. I didn't have the eyes. A ponytail means something. I didn't have the edelkeit. It was me. I didn't have the schus to look at it and see what the truth was. The truth was that this ponytail was the embodiment of Yira Shamayim, Avas Yisrael, Avas HaTorah, Avas Hashem, Mesiras Nefesh, love, commitment, dedication, self-transcendence of the profoundest form.
Enjoyed this story? Come again. Bring a friend. StoriesToInspire.org